ladies, it's Kara with iStampin.com. Thanks for coming back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be making this really cute little Halloween bag. It highlights some of the new products from the holiday catalog. And if you recognize this, this is the bag that I showed you yesterday when I was solving the mystery of the unraveling baker's twine. So if you aren't familiar with what I'm talking about, you can hop on over to my blog and see yesterday's post and watch the short little tip video that I gave you. And then I will also include it in under the show, the description notes on today's video. But today, this is the 4th day in my new series. I'm going to be highlighting, or I'm going to be creating 3D items on Thursdays for the next 5 weeks. So I wanted to make this. I thought this was really cute. What do you think? All right, so let's get started. I'm going to put this off to the side. First thing you will need is you are going to need a 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock. Okay, and I am choosing to go with basic black today. And I've already gone ahead and cut this out and the measurements, and you know, don't worry about the measurements if you don't, you know, if I'm saying them too fast or if you've missed one. I will have all of the measurements that you will need in the accompanying blog post on today's video. So don't sweat it. All right, so the measurements for this piece of cardstock are going to be 11 5/8 by 5 1/4. Okay, and then what you're going to need to do is to get out your scoring board. And I still have my Martha Stewart scoring board. I have not converted all of my tools to Stampin' Up! Yet, and I can't wait because that scoring board is so much nicer than this one. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna place the paper into portrait mode. All right, and we're going to score at 1 3/8. Okay. All right, so we just do that. Now we're going to go into landscape mode, and we are going to score at 2 1/8, 5 1/4, 7 3/8, and 10 1/2. Okay. All right, and you can put that away. Okay, and now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna fold on all the score lines. Okay, so it's gonna look like that. Now what we need to do is to get our paper snips, and we are going to cut the score line up to that 1 3/8 inch line. Okay, and just make simple straight cuts, fairly simple. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to just remove this small rectangle. Okay. And then also what we need to do, we're gonna fold in this flap right here, and we need to, and we'll go ahead and fold this flap in as well so we don't get confused. We need to notch both of these, okay? So just, there's not a direct measurement or an exact measurement, just notch those flaps. And that's just gonna make it easier for the bag to fit really snug. Okay. All right, so let me just throw that trash away. Now what we want to do is we want to put sticky strip on this side, and then we're also going to put sticky strip down here. Now you can use fast fuse as well. I've done both. I prefer the sticky strip. I think the sticky strip gives it a much stronger hold. So, but if you like the fast fuse, it will work. It will work, but I just think the sticky strip works a little bit better. So, whatever you prefer. Okay, so we're just gonna make that on there, take off the red backing. Okay, and then we're just going to close the bag. Just line up the edges, because once that is down, it is very hard to get it off without tearing up your paper. So just line it up as best as you can. I'm trying to do this without getting my head in the camera. Hopefully I didn't. Okay. And then we are just going to fold down the flaps like so. And I'm just going to put a little bit of sticky strip on this side. Okay. And one strip should keep it shut. Okay, just remove the backing again. Okay. Oops. Okay, and I'm sticking my hand down there just to give it a little bit of resistance. You can use your bone folder, but it's large enough where I can get my hand down there. Okay, and then you're just going to kind of crimp it together, and there you go. How cute is that? Okay, so we're going to use our Crop-A-Dile, or actually I would suggest using your 1/4 inch handheld punch. I do not have that, so I'm going to be using my Crop-A-Dile, and so all you'll need to do is just stick it in there, center the hole, and punch. Okay. Easy as that. All right, so let's get started on the stamping. Put this stuff away. Oh, before that, we need to make the cover, the designer series paper. So I'm actually gonna have to cut another hole when I put that on. That's okay. All right, so next what we need to do is cut the designer series paper at 3.5 by 2 7/8. Okay, so let me get my trimmer out. So 2 7/8. Okay, so it's gonna be right, the small line right after your 3/4, or okay, and then 3.5. Okay, and that's just gonna go right on front, just like so. How cute is that? Okay, all right. Okay, since I am at a complete loss of where my things are, I'm just gonna use sticky strip, so we'll know this sucker will for sure not come off. You can use snail here. I'm in the process of reorganizing, redecorating my office / craft room, and we just sold some office furniture. So my room is in complete disarray. I cannot find anything. Everything's in boxes, everything's stacked up. It's driving me crazy, and I've got to do something. I have got to get some new furniture like pronto. Okay, sorry about that. That little, y'all don't care. Okay, so here we're just gonna we're going just to center this right here on the front. Okay, and because I need to, if you can see that, I'm just going to get my Crop-A-Dile again and just make that hole. So just line it up. Okay, so now we are good to go. So I've got a hole all the way through. I just love this paper. I think the Bermuda Bay and the black just looks so, it's such a sharp color, such a pretty and sharp color combination. Okay, next what we're going to do is we're going to be using the Fall Fest stamp set, and I'm going to be using the Ghost, and I have chosen to use it in Sahara Sand. I thought the Sahara Sand kind of gave it a ghost look, not really bright. Okay, and so I'm looking for my piercing mat. Here it is. Okay, and I know y'all, if y'all have watched my videos before when I'm talking about the photopolymer stamps, I'm sure you have heard me say that to get a good impression, you need to use a piercing mat, or a foam mat, excuse me. I recommend the Stampin' Up! Piercing mat because of the size, the thickness, the firmness. So if you're having issues with your photopolymer stamps, especially with a stamp like this that is a large solid image, if for some reason, if you're like the middle of your stamp is not coming out, get a piercing mat and all of your problems should be resolved. The other thing is when you're using a photopolymer stamp for the first time, just stamp off a few times. That gets off the coating, it seasons the stamp, and you should have a good successful stamp. All right, so I'm just going to stamp it right there. All right, and what I'm going to do is I am going to be using the coordinating framelits, and I'm going to go cut out the Ghost real quick. I'll be right back using my Big Shot. I'll be right back. Okay, so here I'm back with the Ghost, and so here's the framelit for it. So I'm just going to punch them out. And how cute is that? I love the framelits. If you aren't familiar with the framelits, this is how they come. This is the Fun Fall frames. And so these coordinate with the Fall Fest stamp set. And you can get this as a bundle. You save 15% if you buy these together. So if you have a Big Shot, a Cuddle Bug, it works on any of those things. You can check those out in the holiday catalog. And if for any reason, if you do not have a holiday catalog, please contact me and I will get one in the mail to you as soon as possible. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is we need to cut out a 2-inch circle. And I've got that already right here. And I'm going to sponge around the circle just to kind of make it where it's not so harsh. And I'm going to use my Sahara Sand just to sponge around there real quick. Super simple. These are just sponges that the way that they're sold is they come into a big round, and I just cut them into quarters. So that gives you multiple sponges with one large sponge. Okay, easy like that. That away. Okay, and then I'm going to use dimensionals, and I'm going to pop up the Ghost onto the 2-inch circle. And I like to use dimensionals. I like to use a lot because I don't want my image to kind of cave in. So I may use a little bit more than what you see other people use. They're very inexpensive, so I don't mind using them. I don't mind using, I don't ever feel like you can use too many dimensionals. Okay, come on, so just take off the backing here. Okay, and then we're just going to place the Ghost right here on the circle. Okay, and we're going to use snail if you have it. I'm just using sticky strip because it's gone somewhere in my mess. When my office slash scrap room gets all organized in a pretty what's the word I'm looking for, where public can actually see it, I'll post a picture of what it looks like and what I've done. Okay, so I'm just gonna center it right here on the front. All right, and then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna make a little sentiment. And for that, I'm going to be using the Good Greedy. This is a Hostess set that is available to you if you place an order, or if you have a workshop or you place an order of $300 or more, you will get this Hostess set for free. And it's only, this promotion is running through the end of October. So you have until the 31st to qualify to get this. And it has 19 greetings and it's fabulous. I've been using this so much. So I'm going to be using the Boo to You sentiment, and just need a scrap piece of paper, and I'm going to be using Bermuda Bay. I'm going to stamp that out in Bermuda Bay. And then I'm going to pin it, cut it out, pin it. All right, so let me just cut this real quick. Okay, and then I'm just gonna notch the very end. So what you do is you cut in the center, and then you, from the edges, you go up and meet the center. And then you have your notched edge. Let's get a little closer for y'all. There you go. All right, and then what I did yesterday is I cut the very edge of these dimensionals, because that is the perfect size that I need. I'm just gonna put it right here on the edge of the Boo. So on the far left side, just remove the backing sheet and then just kind of slide it. You kind of want to slide it where it's underneath the, there we go. So, whoops, sorry. So it says Boo to You. Okay, so now we need the ribbon, and I am using the Crushed Curry chevron ribbon. So it looks like that. I'm just gonna cut off some ribbon and going to feed it through here. Actually, so that's why I was saying you need the larger punch for, at least for this size ribbon. This is a little bit thicker ribbon, and then it's a little bit wider. So if you didn't have, if you had a hole that was smaller than 1/4 of an inch, I think you would probably rip your cardstock. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is kind of straighten it out. Oops. And then I'm gonna take white baker's twine, and I'm just going to tie a little knot to go around the ribbon. And this is actually a pretty good sized little gift bag. You can really fit some nice little treats in here, like the fun size candies. You could do a bow. I'll tie a bow real quick. You could just do a knot. If it will work for me. There we go. Okay, there we go. Let me close this up real quick. Okay, so I've fiddled with the bow and I've got it where I like it. So I'm just going to, whoops, I'm going to trim the tails on the baker's twine. And then I'm going to cut the ribbon at an angle to kind of get that frayed off of there, make it look clean. And there you have it. Oops, there you have it. How cute is that? I think that is precious. It would be really fun to receive this. So these are great to hand out to neighbors, to your friends, to your loved ones, to co-workers, anybody at school, things like that. I just think it's really fun and it's super easy to make. All right, ladies, have a great day, okay? If you have any questions on anything that I used, let me know and I'll be more than happy to help you out. And like I said, all the measurements will be on the accompanying blog post for today. So like I said, if you have any questions, please let me know if there's anything that I can do for you. Just ask, okay? Great. Thanks, ladies. Bye.